What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today's April 19, 2025. So anyways, let's jump right into it. We got first edition Crypto Nation booster box sold on April 10th, 2025 for $102.50. Also on April 10th, we had another one sell for $122.50. Another one for $122.50 as well. Then on April 11th, one sold for $112.50. And on April 12th, another one for $122.50. And if you can't find one for cheap in auction, just go over to Prab Hasharam _811. They got one more left for $160 American. Can you believe first edition Crypto Nation booster boxes are selling for maybe around the same price as the new MetaZoo? I would have thought these would have been selling for a lot more. But hey, the new MetaZoo, where's the marketing plan? Where's the global marketing plan? What happened? Maybe that'll change in a week or so on April 26th, 27th at the Houston Collecticon. So as of the recording of this video, that's in 7 days, 18 hours, 43 minutes, and 19, 18, 17 seconds. MetaZoo will be at their second Collecticon. Now, I know it's going to be a slow process for people to, trust the name MetaZoo and get into it and all that. So take advantage of prices while they're cheap, because trust me, in this video, you're going to see the new MetaZoo dipping even lower than the old MetaZoo, which is absolutely insane. But it's probably an amazing thing for players, because the game looks like it is a lot of fun to play. And yes, Cryptic Camp will be at this Collecticon as well. As we all know, I'm in the Cryptic Camp, and same with a lot of people that are in the MetaZoo. So check out both booths. I hope to see more videos on YouTube. And if you are going to the Houston Collecticon, and you're going in the front door, boom, PSA, Heritage, MetaZoo, right there, front and center. I don't know why Hero Quest is right here. Steve Aoki, you gotta sell Hero Quest back to MetaZoo so they can make Hero Quest great again, because you really screwed up Hero Quest. Anyways, but MetaZoo's right at the front door once again. Very nice. Okay, next on April 17, 2025, we had a case of the new MetaZoo sold for $1,302.77 in auction. Is there a Poncho box in here? Probably not, but you never know. Okay, next I want to take a look at this eBay seller right here. So it's P Football Pete 4 DHX. I bought one box from them, but they have 787 left still. Now the catch with this box for 120 bucks, you will get one of these promo cards from the very first Collecticon, the Miami Collecticon. Zoom on in. Boom, Cumberland Dragon. So I know there's other people talking about how distribution sold out of the new MetaZoo boxes, but there's 787 just sitting on this eBay seller, so... And you do get one of these cards with it as a promo card, so... Now, if we look at that promo card that could come with that box, I believe they're all non-holo. So this is a holo variation I think you could have picked up if you went to the Miami Collecticon. Hey, it's DJin Rips. Absolutely amazing YouTube channel. And he pulled an absolute grail the other day on his channel, so go check that out. But $43 for the holo version of this Miami Collecticon promo card. But the non-holo version of it is selling for about $5 in auction. And of course, we got to check out how much the Poncho box is selling for. As you may already know, you probably seen my video yesterday on the 18th. I opened up my Poncho box and oh man, it was worth it. So if you haven't seen that video, trust me, it's worth watching. So let's see, April 10th, we had a Poncho box sell for $1,900. Another one for $2,000. See, April 11th, another one sold for $2,000. April 13th, $1,900. April 16th, $1,999.99. So yeah, the Poncho box is still holding about $2,000 in value. Okay, next we have a regular new MetaZoo booster box with Sun Wukong on it. I still haven't pulled this card yet with this artwork. I pulled pretty much everything else, but I haven't pulled that. Anyways, this box sold for $81 in auction on April 13th. Had another box sold in auction for $82. Another one for $84.77. Another one for $86 in auction. And another one for $100 in auction. And another one for $112.50 in auction. I guess I should have put these in the right order. On April 11th, it sold for $112.50. And then it was on April 12th that it sold for $100. And then it was on April 13th that it started dropping into the 80s, like all the way from 86 to as low as $81 in auction on April 13th. Hey, let's go over to EVN HQ. Right? The glory days of EVN HQ and Quote, well, they're still around. And they have 4,000, let's check it out, 4,339 lots of 5. So multiply 4,339 times 5. So that means they have 21,695 Seance booster boxes still. Well, let's check out the UFO booster boxes. They have 6,259 lots of 5. So 5 times 6,259 equals 31,295 UFO booster boxes still. Holy moly. Even $50 for 4 boxes, or sorry, $50 for 5 boxes is still too much. They would literally have to change this listing to 5 UFO booster boxes for 20 bucks probably in order to sell this, to be honest. Next we have the very first promo card in MetaZoo history. As you can see right here, PR-001. Sold for $31, Sheep Squatch. And the exact same card with Jet Yates autograph on it, $61 in auction. Let's take a closer look. Very nice. Okay, now let's get into a ton of awesome auctions, both on the new MetaZoo and the old MetaZoo. So one card I still haven't pulled yet, the Sun Wukong, the box artwork, the magazine artwork, the chase card besides Mothman. $76 in auction, not bad. And remember, these are for raw condition cards. I can't wait to see what the PSA 10s are selling for. Next we have the Lady Luck, alternate art, $31 in auction. Here we have a Buy It Now, Possessed Aura, first edition, PSA 10, sold for $100, well $99.99. Here we have the alternate art Phoenix, sold for $31 in auction. Dragon Okanto Falls, one of the best looking cards. Maybe even better looking in person than even Rainbow Crow. $34 in auction for Dragon Okanto Falls. Absolute steal of a deal. Next we have Chupacabra, $21 in auction. This card, you know, it's cheap, and maybe that's a good thing, because if you play the game, this is actually a pretty good card to play with. Oh man, look at this. Kickstarter. This is the Mothman from the blister pack for Kickstarter. Only $4.80 for this promo card. That is insane. These used to sell for well over $100 all day long. No questions asked. This card's worth about one bite of a Big Mac. That's insane. Oh, look at this. The Aura Hollow MetaZoo Top Series 0 Mothman for only $14.50. I know it's raw. Maybe it's not in the best condition, but still, incredibly hard card to pull for only $14.50. Next we have first edition Full Hollow Mothman, sold for $41 raw. That's not too bad, but still a lot cheaper than it used to sell for. And then even a reverse hollow Mothman Kickstarter. It's raw, $51. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, next we have a whole bunch, like a ton of first sighting cards. Except for Mothman. There's no Mothman, but I think we cover every other one here, so check this out. And these are all steals of a deal, especially the first one we're starting with, Loveland Frogman first sighting for only $71. I don't know where I was sleeping or what happened. Oh, may not ship to Canada. Maybe that's why I couldn't see these. Because until I made this video, I didn't even see any of these auctions, because I only look at stuff that I could buy in Canada. $71. Absolutely blows my mind. All day, every day, I'd pay $71 for this card. So whoever bought this probably met a Dave of Alabama. Absolute ridiculous steal of a deal. Next we have Lizardman, and these are all first sighting, so I'm not going to say first sighting every time. And they're all serialized out of 99. This was a PSA 9 Lizardman, sold for $50. Bigfoot first sighting, PSA 9, sold for $63.50. Absolute steal of a deal. Even Snallygaster, $51 PSA 9. Next we had a first sighting Babe the Blue Ox, only $53 as a PSA 9. Even Hodag as a PSA 9 first sighting. I mean, these are serialized out of 99. Only $51. Next we have Walking Sam, PSA 9, only $56. Quetzalcoatlus, PSA 9, only $60. Sinkhole Sam, PSA 9, only $51. Tizaruk, first sighting, PSA 9, only $51. Chupacabra, PSA 9, only $51. Metal Man of Alabama, PSA 9, $72.75. Metal Man of Alabama just blew Bigfoot out of the water. Never thought I'd say that. Beast of Busco, or Busco, $52 is the PSA 9. Slide Rock Bolter, PSA 9, first sighting, $50, well $49.99. Chessie as a PSA 9 for $49.99. Even the Amazing Jersey Devil, PSA 9, only $62.25. Fresno Nightcrawlers, PSA 9 for only $49.99. Let's go back to Loveland Frogman one more time. I mean, this is crazy. I don't know who bought all of these. I don't know if it was the same buyer or whatever. But whoever bought these got an absolute ridiculous steal of a deal. Okay, next we have a Mothman, the alternate art 3-star rare from the new MetaZoo, sold for $81 in auction. Here's a random listing. So we had a pink box from Hello Kitty, sold for $69.99 as a buy it now. What is this on the title? This isn't the Mothbrion, but they put Mothbrion in the title. That did not get them any extra value. The alternate art Mothman and the 2-star sold for $76 combined in auction. Next we have the 2-star Lady Luck and the 3-star, sold for $51 in auction. Next we have Trample, both the 2-star and the 3-star, sold for $9.99 in auction. Next we have, this is the one I haven't pulled yet, Sun Wukong, alternate art, box artwork, and 2-star Sun Wukong, $70 in auction for both. Next we have the Piazza, the 2-star and the 3-star, sold for only $24 in auction for both. Next we have Hodag, sold for $26 in auction for the 3-star alternate art. Next we have Lady Luck alternate art, 3 stars, sold for $35 by itself in auction. Next we have the Bigfoot 3-star, and we have the Hulk Smash Bigfoot, both of them together, sold for $41 in auction. This isn't too bad. So you got the alternate art Quetzalcoatlus, everyone likes that one. But this is the reverse hollow Quetzalcoatlus, which is not easy to pull. Getting both of those for $40, I'd say was a pretty good deal. Especially because of that reverse hollow. An interesting thing in the future, I wonder, especially with grading, I think some of these reverse hollows, like this reverse hollow Quetzalcoatlus, as a PSA 10, I bet you will be worth more than this Quetzalcoatlus, the texturized alt art, in the future. I bet you this will be more expensive as a PSA 10 than this one. Next we have 3 Nightfall booster boxes, sold for $165 American as a buy it now. Here we have Possessed Aura Playtester card PSA 8, sold for $200 as a buy it now. Here we have another Sun Wukong alternate art, sold for $68 in auction. And randomly we have a Hero Quest Walking Sam PSA 10, sold for $27 in auction. And if you're looking for another Chromie Cryptid Carnival pink box, just head over to Brad's Toys and Collectibles on eBay. You can buy one for $69.99. Next we have a booster box of Native, comes with a protective case, sold for $91 in auction. Here we have a buy now for $300, 2 boxes of Native. And where is it? Yeah, and the Rudy Cave Painting promo card. Loveland Frogman Kickstarter Loveland Frogman Full Hollow PSA 9 for only $60 as a buy it now. Next we have Bigfoot Full Hollow PSA 10, sold for $34 in auction. And this is first edition, not Kickstarter. Next from UFO, we have Men in Black Full Hollow PSA 10, sold for $31 in auction. Next we have 24 blister packs from UFO, sold for a whole $1.94. That's totally insane. Here we have 10 Kickstarter cards, sold for $152.75 in auction. Oh man. Tizarok. Wonder if he's going to show up in the second set with Loveland Frogman. PSA 9, Kickstarter, Full Hollow, only $12. Oh, we got another Beast of Busco, first sighting, serialized out of 99. MetaZoo Top Series 0, only $26 in auction. Another Bigfoot first sighting, only $78.69 in auction. Absolute steal of a deal. Here we have another Piazza Bird 3-star alternate art, sold for $31 in auction. Booster box of Nightfall, not doing too well, only $36, and this is in auction. No one wanted to pay more than $36 for a box of Nightfall, and that's April 13, 2025. Meanwhile, there's people that want to spend $71 on Chromie's Cryptid Carnival booster box. Wow, one of my favorite cards in the new MetaZoo, Monkey Mirage 3-star. We're just going to zoom right in on that. Absolutely amazing artwork. Sold for $21.50 in auction. So Monkey Mirage is $21. The other Sun Wukong is $26 in auction. And then the box art Sun Wukong, the chase card in the set besides Mothman, $86 in auction. And then we have the Mothman 3-star alternate art for $61 in auction. So as you can tell in this video, they're all over the place. I mean, some of these are selling for maybe up into the 80s. This one's down to 61. Sun Wukong here, you've seen it sell for $86. We've seen it sell in the 60, between $60 to $70 range. Hey, Chains of Old Scratch from Seance, first edition, only $20 as a buy now. Next we have the Basilisk 3-star alternate art, sold for $10.50 in auction. Trample alternate art, sold for $12.50 in auction. Even Rainbow Crow, one of the nicest looking cards, only $31.51 in auction. Boom, here's a big boy. MetaZoo Battles card from MetaZoo Topps Chrome, serialized 17 out of 25. Orange Refractor, sold for $200 as a buy now. The Loveland Frogman versus Flatwoods Monster. Hey, we got the Flashlight Frog Reverse Hollow, sold for $5. This is the very first card that was ever officially illustrated for the new MetaZoo. Reverse Hollow, very hard to pull. I guarantee this card, mark my words, as a PSA 10 will be a pretty penny. If you open up the MetaZoo magazine, it talks about this was the very first card illustrated for the new MetaZoo by Poncho, and this is the very first artwork that was ever spoiled for MetaZoo. Next we have the Mothman Blister Promo PSA 10, first edition, not Kickstarter, sold for $14.50 in auction. Anyone that's been around since 2021 MetaZoo knows this promo card, the Fireball promo, Channel Fireball. This used to be a pretty expensive, sought-after promo card. So to see it going as a PSA 10 for only $18 is absolutely mind-boggling. Next we have the complete set of all 20 of the 2-star rarities, so the super rares. It was $17.50 for all 20. Remember SoCal TCG was talking about how he's selling these for about $5 a piece, each one of these 2-star rarities? I mean, even the Mothman's included here. So now all 20 sell for only $17.50. That's less than $1 a card. Oh, I didn't think there's anything worse than Trample. So Grootslang, the 3-star and the 2-star combined, can only get $8.51 in auction. Oh, actually some... we have a new bottom of the barrel. I thought Grootslang was bad. The Grootslang, $8.51. And for 1 penny less, we have Sword of Surtur. Sold for $8.50 for both the 2-star and the 3-star combined. And next we have the Reverse Hollow Mothman, the 1-star rarity Mothman. Sold for $20 as a buy it now. Hey, we got Chupacabra, one of my favorite Chupacabras I always talk about. PSA 10 from, what is this, PhD Games, I think? Yeah, PhD Games up here. $69 as a buy it now. And I know I say it every time, but you don't see many MetaZoo cards that say printed in 2020. I mean, besides Kickstarter cards and sample cards, it's very rare to see other cards that say 2020 on here. Next we have Chains of Old Scratch, PSA 10, with a Poncho authenticated autograph on it for $64 in auction. I mean, took a look at that. That is awesome. For $64, PSA 10 authentic auto, steal of a deal. Next we have the 2023 Mothman Festival Dark Tower promo card, PSA 9, sold for $32 in auction. Let's take a look, not bad. And then a PSA 10 of the same card, sold for $95 in auction. Hey, remember when Choco Cat was a thing that was really expensive? Now as a PSA 10, only $93.75. I had to put this in here because obviously everyone likes Griddle Greaser Pete, including myself, of course. So PSA 9, non-hollow, coming in hot. This is absolutely amazing artwork. Please make this as a full art someday with, like, I don't know anyways, but it's staff stamped. That's why it's worth anything here. PSA 9 sold for $27.99 in auction. Here we have another Metal Man of Alabama. MetaZoo Top Series 0. First sighting, PSA 9 sold for only $42. I believe the one earlier sold for like $72. I mean, $42 for any first sighting card. PSA 9 is a steal of a deal. Next, from Nick's Strength and Pokemon Shop, we have a few auctions. So we have a base alternate art Mothman from MetaZoo Topps Chrome, PSA 10 sold for $11.50 in auction. Then we have the original Mothman artwork, PSA 10 base card from MetaZoo Topps Chrome, sold for $11.50 in auction. And then we have a base original art Mothman from MetaZoo Topps Series 0 PSA 10, sold for $35 in auction. Here's a first edition full hollow Dragon of Conto Falls. Well, it only comes full hollow. PSA 10 sold for $20.50 in auction. Hey, I think Nick's Strength and Pokemon was the only one to ever grade this card. It's the Leveland Rocket. I know this was one of his favorite cards when he was pulling it. PSA 10 sold for $22.50. Can you believe I even just said that? Like, let's try that again. The Leveland Rocket PSA 10 sold for $22.50. But Dragon of Conto Falls PSA 10 sold for only $20.50, $2 less. Here we have a first edition, not Kickstarter, PSA 10 full hollow Bigfoot, sold for $43.50 from Cryptonation. And I had to say Cryptonation because the next one is a full hollow Bigfoot from Wilderness, PSA 10, sold for $20.50. Wow, the Leveland Rocket sold for even more than the Bigfoot full hollow. That's crazy. Even UFO, PSA 10, sold for only $26 in auction. This card is extremely hard to get as a PSA 10. Not everyone that just heard me say it's extremely hard to get. I guess it's not hard to get. All you have to do is pay $26, but if you were to send this in raw and get it graded, it's hard to get it graded as a PSA 10, I should say. Next we have Flatwoods Monster from UFO, PSA 10, sold for $24. Oh man, Misha Pichu, what happened to you? Misha Pichu, first edition from Wilderness, PSA 10 for only $6.50. Next we have Loveland Frogman from Chromie's Crypto Carnival, PSA 10, sold for $17.50. Oh man, even Piazza Bird, PSA 10, this Cryptonation first edition, not Kickstarter, $7.50 in auction. Oh, Shimshack, don't look, but Snipe, Wilderness, PSA 10, only $13.50. Next we have a first edition Possessed Aura Raw, only $21 in auction. And then Reverse Hollow Power Up Orange. I think some of these graded as a PSA 10 are going to sell for some crazy premiums. So to buy some of these cards for like $2, $3, $5 each might not be a bad idea if you can get them without roller lines and print lines and all that. But $5 for Reverse Hollow Power Up Orange. Next we have Reverse Hollow Rat King, only $5. Buy it now. Dragon of Conto Falls alternate art, beautiful card, only $26 in auction. Oh, Ziz alternate art had potential to be a big hitter, but only $16 in auction. Now, I have to agree with anyone that says that these reverse holo or holo earth auras, actually these aura cards in general, they're really hard to pull. I mean, in a case, I only pulled, I think, 6 holo auras in an entire case. But they're sure not selling for much. Only $2.25. I've seen some Whatnot streamers really get hyped up when they pull this. They're like, holy crap, these are worth a lot. Not really. Oh man, old school OG MetaZoo is just tanking hard here. Full holo Kickstarter, Sam Sinclair, PSA 10, so for $127.50 in auction. Now, if they ever bring back Sam Sinclair, this will be an absolute ridiculous steal of a deal. Here's a cool one. So, Collecticon Denver 2022 MetaZoo, $46 in auction for PSA 10 and Auto 10. And I want to highlight this because these cards are extremely hard to come across as PSA 10s. It's pretty off-centered left to right here, but this is when PSA wasn't as strict on their centering, when they're like 60-40, but now they're 55-45. But yeah, it's got the autograph and doodle by Jet Yates. I mean, Gem Mint 10, Auto 10. $46, I'd say it's a steal of a deal. Okay, now we're going to get into the banger section of this video. So we're going to start with the Hero Quest Mothman, raw, not even graded, $278.99 in auction. Let's take a look. Absolutely crazy. This is when Hero Quest was great. Next we have a Halloween sample BC Bash, PSA 9, so for $157.50 in auction. I always have to zoom in on this. I absolutely love this artwork. This little dude right here straight up OD'd on candy. 100%. Next we have a sample Death Beam PSA 9 sold for $250 in auction. Next we have a sample Paul Bunyan PSA 9 sold for $260 in auction. Now here's a nice card. I mean, this is a steal of a deal. Under $300, $295 for UFO sample card PSA 9. Absolutely crazy. And this is on April 14, 2025. Next we have a sample Flatwoods Monster PSA 10. Sorry, PSA 9. Sold for $365 in auction. So we got the Cumberland Dragon PSA 9 sample card. Sold for best offer accepted on April 17, 2025 for $1,000 American. And of course we gotta take a closer look at that. Absolutely awesome. I would love for them, maybe in the third set, maybe even the next set, for there to be a hidden rare Cumberland Dragon with this artwork, with the texturized card and everything. But yeah, MetaZoo, GameCubator Labs, if you're watching my video, you need to use this artwork as a hidden rare sometime in the future in MetaZoo. This would be absolutely insane. Okay, so to end this video, let's check out how the hidden rares are doing in auction, or as best offers accepted. So hidden rare Bigfoot in auction on April 8, 2025, sold for $247.50 in auction. Degen Rips. And we had another hidden rare Bigfoot sold for $237.50 in auction. And as you can tell, I'm going to go from the lowest price hidden rare all the way to the top. So we're going to start with Bigfoot, then go Piazza Bird, then Sun Wukong Monkey King, and then the Mothbrion, and then the OG Mothman. And then we had another hidden rare Bigfoot sell for $240 American, best offer accepted. Next we have a Piazza Bird hidden rare sold for $350 in auction. And another Piazza Bird that sold for $400 American in auction. And another Piazza Bird hidden rare sold for $375, best offer accepted. Then we have Sun Wukong, the Monkey King hidden rare, absolutely beautiful card. Sold for $425.99 in auction. Then we had another Sun Wukong Monkey King hidden rare sold for $400, best offer accepted on April 11, 2025. And now we're on to the Mothbrion. So on April 9, 2025, it sold for $777.77 in auction. Another one sold for $700 with best offer accepted on April 9th. Then another Mothbrion sold on April 11th for $700 best offer accepted. And on April 12th, another one sold for $700 best offer accepted. This is an interesting one. So April 14th, we had a Mothbrion sold for $400 best offer accepted. I don't know, maybe it was damaged, maybe it wasn't in good condition. I'm not sure why it sold for so much cheaper. But meanwhile, on April 17th, the Mothbrion sold for $611 in auction. So it's come down from when it first sold for like $1,025, but still, it's still pulling a pretty penny. $611 in auction. And since my last video, the only one I could find for the OG Mothman, we had another one sell on April 13, 2025. OG Mothman sold for $1,670, best offer accepted. And let's look at the condition of that OG Mothman, because I mean, a lot of these cards aren't cut very well either. So this corner, nothing too bad there. Top left corner, and you know, a lot of us that have opened this up know exactly what I'm going to show here. There's a little white dot. It reminds me of Pokemon cards. A little white dot in the corner. And then another one in the top right corner. Bottom right, not too bad, but I mean, like, the way these cards are cut is not the best. So, I mean, this card sold for $1,670, and I'd say it's highly unlikely it's going to get a PSA 10. So my question is, if a raw copy like this, where the seller made it very obvious that they're, you know, it's not perfect, and it's sold for that price, what do you think a PSA 10 copy of this card would sell for in the future? So that's it for this video. That's my big question. What do you think this card would sell for as a PSA 10? Maybe even any of the hidden rares if you have an opinion on that. And what do you think the cards from the Poncho box would sell for? Either raw or it's PSA 10, because the crazy thing is, none of them have gone up in auction on eBay yet. None of the Poncho cards. No one's selling them. I mean, I have 4 of them right in front of me, and there's no way in hell I'd put any of those on eBay. And that's what I'm saying about the Poncho box. It's super hard to pull, but those promo cards are going to be even more rare because a lot of people aren't even going to open the box. And if someone ever is going to sell them on eBay, how much do you think they're going to sell for? Do you think the Mothman in the Poncho box, that special exclusive Mothman out of that box, do you think it would sell for more than this card? Very interesting. I can't wait to see where the market goes. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.